So hi everyone, this is DomisLive, and I'm going to play you guys a video of a first-hand account of someone who was actually at the Oregon standoff. Now, for my subscribers out there who may not know what I'm talking about, now this is a situation that has been going on for 25 days. I'm going to play you guys the video in a second, but I want to give you guys a quick summary of the situation, and I may come back later in the video after his video plays, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about the situation. So 25 days ago, some ranchers from all around the country decided to come together and take over a federal building because they felt like the government was trying to take land from ranchers. Also, they were illegally prosecuting ranchers. That's the way they felt. So they took over this so they can protest, and they were also armed. Now, fast forward 25 days, we have 7 to 8 people that were arrested. We also have one person that was killed that goes by the name of Lavoy, rest in peace. And there's also still people at this refuge that have taken over the place. And right now the FBI is surrounding the place. And I'm going to play you guys this video of this guy telling exactly what happened at the scene of the crime when the FBI arrested Eamon Bundy and a bunch of other people in this group.
Well, since I can't sleep, might as well go ahead and do this video. As many of the rumors and nonsense of flying, I gotta say I'm impressed with some of the asinine comments I'm seeing by a bunch of people that never hear. But this is what happened. Today we were heading to a meeting up in John Day, and myself and Buddha, Ammon, were in my Jeep. Lavoy Finnegan's truck had Lavoy, Ryan Payne, Ryan Bundy, Shauna Cox, and 18-year-old girl that I won't disclose her name. We were riding up 395, and was taking a nap in the back of my Jeep. Buddha and I were just jawing. You know, as we were going through the forest, we happened to look over, and there was approximately 11 heavy-duty, 3/4 ton, 1 ton trucks sitting there. All winches and jacked up, and standard HRT trucks. And they whipped out, pulled us over, pulled me out of the Jeep first, being a driver, being as tall as I am and such, being armed. Yeah, they were a little rougher with me, but I would be too. Then they pulled Ammon out, they pulled Buddha out, and then after they had us secured, they radioed ahead that Vehicle 1 was secure, go ahead and proceed with Vehicle 2. At that time, we seen somebody come out of Vehicle 2. Didn't know who it was on the passenger side, and they're about 200 yards up. They went to the ground. They were handcuffed. Next thing we know, Lavoy takes off with his pickup and the other occupants. HRT, of course, pursues. They got further down the road, and we didn't realize there was actually a roadblock about a mile down. And from what Shauna Cox is saying, going off from what Shauna Cox and what Ryan Payne are saying, which were in the vehicle, visually, I seen the truck take off. Now, I mean, anytime somebody takes off with a vehicle away from law enforcement after they've exercised a stop, it's typically, considered an act of aggression and foolish. Payne said while they were sitting there and they were clearing my vehicle that him and Lavoy kind of had a heated discussion, and Lavoy was actually rather heated. But, I'm not going to dismiss, or degrade Lavoy at all. Lavoy was very passionate, about this, about the movement, about what we were doing up here. But emotionally thinking, I mean, it's not always the best. But he was very passionate. I mean, I love the dude. Met him 3 weeks ago. I mean, I admired him. But he took off. HRT had to chase him. And then from what Shauna Cox was saying, once they got down there by the roadblock, I don't know if he tried to go around the roadblock or what he did. But anyways, the nose of his truck got stuck in the, snowbank right there. And Lavoy has a diesel, manual transmission. From what Shauna Cox said, from she was inside of his truck again, that when he exited the vehicle, the rear wheels of the vehicle were still spinning, which diesel truck, manual transmission, makes sense. It's possible until it stalls. And he charged after law enforcement. Numerous, I mean, her story's changed a few times. She's added pieces, subtracted pieces. I don't know. I really don't know. What I do know to be true is from what Payne said, from what Shauna said, taking, pieces here, pieces there, and from what I witnessed. I didn't see the shooting. He was not on his knees. He was not none of that. He was none of that nonsense. You know, that was a miscommunication on somebody else's part. But he went after him. He charged him. You know, Lavoie was very passionate about what he was doing up here. Not dismissing what they did, not dismissing what he did. I don't know. I didn't see it, and I'm not going to speculate on it. You know, they brought the girls back down. They split us up. Put us all in FBI vehicles. They brought me and the 18-year-old back here to the county facility, the county sheriff's facility. Everybody else went to Portland to federal facility. They interviewed me for 2 hours. You know, they didn't have anything on me. All the people that they picked up were original members of the people that took over the refuge. I wasn't one of them. You know, they asked me, you know, do I belong to a militia? No, I'm just up here. You know, it's just standard stupid questions trying to pin me down. They didn't work. You know, I just kept reiterating to them, I was up here sightseeing. I was up here visiting, you know, having a good time. You know, well, why is all the gear in the back of your Jeep? Well, because it's not illegal. So therefore I'm doing it. Frustrated them enough, you know. They spent 2 hours. After 2 hours, dude walked back in, said, here, we're cutting you loose. You know, the best we got on you is trespassing. You know, they didn't have my name in any articles. The best they had was a few pictures of me out there. Well, congratulations, Goober. So they cut me loose. You know, he thought it was funny that they're going to keep my Jeep for 24 to 48 hours so they can forensically check it. They're keeping my weapons. They got to run the ballistics on them, serial numbers on them, see who, you know, make sure I'm the rightful owner, and they weren't using the commission of a crime or such, whatever. You know, and I might get them back in a month. Maybe. I won't. Walked me out to the army gate because this place up here, yeah, it's crawling. It's packed. This compound, the sheriff's compound, it's packed. 75, 80 vehicles in there. You know, counted probably 6 Bearcats sitting in there. Oregon State Police have brought in 2 mobile command centers. They've brought in their forensic truck. It's packed here. You know, a lot of people at the refuge, they're bailing. Makes sense. I mean, it's over. You know, this part of this game, this part of the stage, it's over. It's time to move on to the next stage. I got hooked up, made a few phone calls. You know, people in the network come down, picked me up, very graciously brought me into their motel rooms. You know, I'm extremely appreciative of that. You know, but that's how this network works. You know, people actually get out here and doing things, not just sitting there on Facebook land, talk about all the good shit they're going to do or all the bad stuff they're going to do and all that. They're actually out here, you know. Yeah, I know, I'm going to hear all kinds of excuses and whining and, you know, my dog broke his pecker and, you know, my wife keeps her balls in her purse. I got it. I know. So, you know, here I am. I'm in the room, relaxing, trying to warm up, and spending 2 hours on the asphalt, on the cold asphalt, 10-degree weather, my handcuffs. Yeah, I'm chilled. I'm cold to the bone. You know, but here it is. You know, I'm tired of all the rumors, tired of all the gossip and bullshit. You know, he was gunned down. No, I don't know if he was gunned down. Hell, I was there. You know, I know he took off. I know he drove that way. I know he led him on a pursuit from a person who was in their vehicle. He jumped out of his vehicle basically while it was still alive and charged at him. That ain't gunning somebody down. I don't know what happened up there. But you know something? I was up here while all the rest of you weren't. So don't put speculation out there. Don't put nonsense out there. You know, yeah, the rest of the guys are still in custody. I'm out. They don't have nothing on me. Because I do a damn good job of keeping myself unknown. You know, the biggest thing against those guys is all the stuff they put on social media. It's the second time I've seen where these cases are evolving around people and what they post on social media. Yeah, you get your First Amendment rights. And you've also got the right to be stupid, I guess. All right? You know, I've seen a thing now that, you know, I must be a fed or whatever. No. I'm just smarter than your average retarded bear. And a lot smarter than your average conspiracy theorist. Alright? So, y'all got any questions? You ask me. I'll make another video. I'll answer your questions. Till then, stop the speculation. Get to business. We have work to do here. Alright? Let's not let Lavoie's, you know, death die in vain, be in vain. Yeah, it was tragic. Like I said, I really, really got attached to the old man. I mean, the fire he had in him, the life he had in him, it was just phenomenal. We got to make it work. We got shit to do. Good night.
Yesterday, there was a huge rumor saying that Lavoie, he had his hands up and the FBI shot him in cold blood. Well, this guy that was there is saying something completely different. He's saying that Lavoie charged at the FBI agents. And we all know if you charge at a cop or you charge at FBI agents, they're going to shoot you. And Lavoie has also said in the past that he wasn't going to jail. He was willing to die for his freedom, and he was killed. He died for the freedom of these ranchers. He died for the freedom of people out there who go up against the government. Now, there's going to be people out there who may say one thing and say another. I don't know. I'm just going by the word of the person who was actually there, rather than a bunch of people over the internet who wasn't there and they're just making up their own claims on what happened. So I guess we'll find out if this guy is working for the feds and he's just saying that stuff, just to get a good deal. It's kind of weird though. Was he arrested or wasn't he? Because the other guys are still in prison right now, or jail, I should say. The whole situation is pretty weird. And for the people out there who may not know exactly what's going on, these ranchers, they decided to take over a federal building. And the reason they took over this building is because they felt that the government wasn't giving proper rights to other ranchers out there. They felt that the government was going around taking the land of these ranchers. And they also felt that they were false arresting some of these ranchers out there. So, these guys decided to step up and go against a man that is the government. And it led to 7 to 8 people being arrested, one person being killed. And these guys had control of this wildlife refuge for 25 days. And a lot of people around America, sat there saying like, what's going on? When is the FBI going to move in? I will say that I respect people who stand up for what they believe in. Whether these guys are right or wrong, of course, it is domestic terrorism to take over a federal building, of course. But if you feel that you are being oppressed by the government, you got to do what you got to do, right? And that's just what it is. Anyway, this is DomisLive. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys today with another video, and tomorrow more videos. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.